your best then?
I think so, yeah. Last few games, I feel very good. I feel fit. This is crucial time in the season. The best games is coming.
Big games for big players?
I try to play good all the time. Sometimes it's not possible, but I try all the time. But the last games, I think I play okay. I help the team, and this is the most important.
Your first goal tonight, an exceptional strike, or should the goalie have done a bit better?
Well, the goalkeeper can do better all the time, but the shoot is quite difficult to save because the ball it move a little bit, and the goalkeeper can answer this question because I know it's difficult. I have a goalkeeper, and when I practice, the goalkeeper says it's very difficult. And I try to do my best to put the ball in the net, and in my opinion, it's a good goal.
And we see in the future tonight, Cristiano Ronaldo was a central striker.
No, I can play sometimes, but it's not my original position.
But do you like it then? Does it suit you? It seems to.
Well, if the boss think I can do a good job in that position, my priority is to play striker, goalkeeper, left winger. I just want to play.
What about Darren Fletcher? He will miss the final. It's about winning for him now, isn't it, in Rome?
Very disappointing. He deserves to be in the final because he's a fantastic player. He run a lot. He's a team player. But this is football. He deserves to play in the final, but this is the football.
One word, Barcelona or Chelsea? Who will you play?
Well, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, at the moment he doesn't care. Sort of sums up United.
Yeah, that's why he's World Player of the Year for the strike that he scored for the first goal, and then the second goal was just, the third goal, sorry, was just sublime. Manchester United, that unbelievable move from their own box. I think it took about 15, maybe 18 seconds to get to the other end and end up in the back of the net. This was just unbelievable. Defending their own penalty 6-yard box, one header out, beautiful little flick from Ronaldo. Jason Park takes up the running, more power in Wayne Rooney's legs, and who pops up after giving the first little back flick, Ronaldo, with a neat little finish as well.
Sensational goal, it is, and you're right, Ted, it's the determination in the run. Don't forget they're already in a very strong position in the game, but that is what separates them, that determination to get there, go the extra yard, and then the finish right at the end of it. That's always the tough bit. The hardest bit out of the lot is to do that.
That's the players that Sir Alex has picked over the two legs against Arsenal. The running ability in Fletcher, Anderson, Rooney, Ronaldo, Jason Park tonight, Tevez the other night. It's a lot of running, and they've ground them down over the two legs.
Yeah. Breaking in numbers is what United do so well. What are your feelings, Jens Lehmann, for your old side tonight?
Well, it's a sad day for an Arsenal supporter, and you expected a little bit more, but I think after 10 or 15 minutes the tie has been decided already, down to 2 early goals from Man U, and so it's very, very difficult to get back into the game after such a disappointment, and you have to admit that United have great players, particularly when it comes to defending, so it's hard to get back.
Does it put Arsenal at a kind of crossroads now? Has Arsene Wenger really got to start taking Arsenal in a different kind of direction in terms of bringing a little bit more maturity, more experience into the side, maybe?
Well, everybody's complaining a little bit about that because they haven't won trophies for the last years. But if you remember, for example, last year in March we have been clear 6 points ahead of United, and then we dropped a little bit. So it wasn't that much down to experience, to missing experience, but more to injuries, and just we had to deal with that. So I think it's quite difficult for him to bring in experience because that costs a lot of money, and you're not always certain if a particular player will help you during the season, because the technical demandings are so high at Arsenal.
But it might be the single element that makes the difference here.
I think Arsenal has accommodated the club in the construction of his stadium, and he's waited and he's not wanted to spend. I think Arshavin has shown me in the last month, 6 weeks he's been here, he's been their best player, and I think they really do need to now have a look at. You can't keep on talking about tomorrow and waiting for these boys to develop. They've been completely outmanoeuvred tonight by a team that had more experience, more know-how. The team that Jens played with all the Henrys, the Bergkamps and all those boys had all of that. This current team may have a lot of skill and ability, they do not have the real know-how when it comes to actually winning it.
But a player who's come through the ranks for United and been absolutely outstanding this season, Darren Fletcher, is going to miss the final, and it's wrong, isn't it?
I think it is wrong, and, look, and we hear that there isn't any right of appeal because it's not mistaken identity. I tell you what, if you get a parking ticket outside the ground tonight, you've got the right of appeal. Surely we can do something about a decision that is quite obviously a wrong one. It's not a slight on the referee to have to hold your hands up and say, perhaps I got that one wrong. And I honestly feel that there can't be anybody in the game that would want to deny a player actually on the night who was not only excellent, but sort of symbolises everything these young lads at United are all about, the right to go and play in Rome. I think it's the wrong decision, and I think that UEFA should be looking at that. If someone threw a punch in that on the pitch tonight and the referee didn't see it, you get pulled up for it, quite rightly, tomorrow morning. And yet we can't overturn a blatant mistake like that, Ted, to me.
I make you right, Andy. It's a fantastic challenge, and, you know, he's going to miss maybe the biggest day in his life. Hopefully, you know, you get another chance later on in life, but not every player's lucky enough to do that.
We saw Sir Alex having a very animated touchline conversation. They're probably going to have an animated conversation now with Gabriel Clark. Let's get the thoughts of the United manager.
Well, first, Alex, the Darren Fletcher sending off, you've seen it. What do you make of it?
Well, you can see the ball has moved a different direction and angle away from Cesc Fabregas, and I think it's terrible and unlucky. An unfortunate thing, you can't appeal it. But, you know, I think the referee is probably one of the best in Europe, Mr. Rossetti, and he may look at it, and, you know, may have a view on it, but there's nothing to do with it.
Would he have started the final, Darren Fletcher? He's been key for you in Europe. Do you think he would have been starting the final for you?
Well, obviously, you see his performance tonight, and in all the big games over the last few years, Darren's always been a key player for us. And you know, I couldn't tell you my team would be in the final, depending who their opponents were, of course. But you would think that Darren would be figuring very largely in it.
What did you make of tonight's performance, considering the stakes?
Well, I thought it was I think obviously we got the break and got the first goal with the defender slipping, and Ji-sung Park takes advantage of that. But the performance in terms of confidence and wanting to play and play a football was really terrific.
And Chelsea or Barcelona, who do you expect to play now in the final?
Well, I just think maybe that obviously Barcelona are fantastic players. I watched them Saturday night and I was absolutely drooling watching them. I thought it was a magnificent performance. But at Chelsea, they don't have they have a centre-back problem, Barcelona, and may cause them that, and I think possibly Chelsea get through.
Thanks for joining us. Well done tonight.
Carry on.
And we'll pose the question once again. It's Manchester United heading for Rome in 3 weeks' time, but who will they play? We'll look ahead to Chelsea-Barcelona tomorrow night's big second leg game at Stamford Bridge when we return in a few minutes' time.